Welcome, everybody, to the third episode of the Cross Thoughts podcast. I am here, your host, Joseph, with my guest, or my co-host, whatever you want to call him, Mike, or Microsoft as his Twitter handle. Before we get started today, though, I just want to remind everybody that we are affiliated with So Sick Clothing. If you use Cross Thoughts in the checkout, you'll get 15% off your entire order. And I'll just let Mike talk now because I just kind of interrupted him before he said anything.
All right, so I want everyone to have an amazing day. I don't care if it's a bad day. I just hope that listening to this gives you a nice, relaxing time, and hopefully it gives you a pep in your step today. This is how I am. Because just know, I ruined the first take of this because I coughed in the first 4 seconds of it. So we had to restart just because we don't want that. But it's been a good day.
Now, Mike, I wanted to start this episode off with something that came to my mind the other day while I was working.
Yeah, because it probably worked.
It was more of a thing. It reminded me of a little time at Little Caesars.
Okay, which time? There's a lot of times at Little Caesars. There were some good times.
The one time that I always remember when we talk about it is the time I'm just standing there, prepping some pizzas, and you come up behind me and kiss my neck.
Yes, I did.
To this day, I don't know why.
Okay. So the story about the kissing of the neck was we were in the back where our little break area was, and I was sitting there because I came in a little early because I think you worked a half hour before me, and you also got off a half hour before me as well. And I was sitting there, and Ryan Abate came up, and he was washing his hands at that sink, and he goes, "Mike, I dare you to go kiss Joe in the neck." And I was like, "You really think I'm not going to do this?" And he's like, "No, you probably won't do it." I was like, you want to fuck with me right now? And then, I think it was Calvin was there, too. And he's like, I don't think he's doing it. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it.
I think Calvin was cutting dough at the time.
Yeah, he was. And I was like, you know what? I'm done. So I got off the pizza boxes I used to sit on. And I walked over. And I made sure you felt my breath on your neck. I made sure that you felt it first. And then I went right on your neck and walked away. And I did forget that Christine was there. I did.
Christine was right next to me.
I forgot. I forgot that she was there, but I still did it. Not thinking that she was still there. I didn't know.
It was one of those moments that, I didn't know what to do. And I remember what Christine looked at me and was like, what the fuck? What was that? Why?
Yeah, exactly. Because, I thought it was a good idea. It worked. It was funny. And I did this. I was telling the story to my girlfriend and her mom about the story about when she burned me.
Oh, Christine?
Yeah, when Christine burned me.
Oh my God, I forgot about
that. Because it all started because of that little dangling Little Caesar man in the car. She was because I brought it up, and then we were talking about Little Caesars because that Sunday they just got Little Caesars.
I remember.
So it was just a reunion coming on, and I told her the story about when I was doing dishes. And I was like, "This is fucking disgusting." And she went, "Like your face?" And then she took it. She was like, she pointed at me and walked to prep. And I was sitting there. Ryan Abate was sitting there. You were just standing there, washing your hands. You're like,
I remember exactly what happened because all I heard was "like your face," and I was like, "What context was that?" And I was like, "What just happened?"
And I walked out.
And then Mike, you explained it to me, and I walk up to Christine. I'm like, "Christine, you can't say that to your employees." It was funny, but you can't say that to your employees.
Here's the thing. I respect the boss that does that because it reminds me of, it was like a Michael Scott moment from The Office because she just, burned me. I was like, well, I mean, I did set myself up. In fairness, I set myself up.
You did set yourself up.
I did.
Speaking of Calvin, though,
yeah.
I remember this time. You were gone by then. Mm-hmm. You have quit, and it was just...
I walked away, yeah.
There was... I can't remember. It was there was a little bit of break between. Oh yeah, it was Christmas into New Year's.
Oh yeah.
Our store stayed. We closed for that whole break.
We did.
We closed
really
between that whole time. And Christine made it the job of mine to find 3 people to come in while the break was done to get ready to open again. So we had to go in there, make all the dough. And all the sauce and all the everything. And we also had to throw away all the old shit that was still in there, too. Man, was that fun taking out, 5-day-old dough and all that other stuff. We were riding down the hill on the trash cans and all that stuff. But I remember because I was like, yo, Calvin, I'm going to drop kick you. And Calvin was like, the fuck do you mean? I come up. I didn't. No. I didn't. I hesitated. I did not put all into it. All I did was shoulder charge the kid. And he drops. And he's like, oh, God, I think you just dislocated my shoulder. And he's on the ground. And I'm just like, oh, God, what did I just do? This is on the cameras.
Bro.
This is on camera. What am I going to do? And then Ryan looked at the camera like 2 weeks later and was like, what were you guys doing? I mean, we were just having some fun. He's like, okay, whatever. Everything got done.
No,
we're
as
still
long
good.
as no one gets hurt or is
I
seriously.
mean, I hurt him. I dislocated his shoulder, bro.
Oh, you did though? Really?
Yeah, like it was legit.
Did he not? He probably didn't say anything to him then.
Yeah.
But there was a story I remember from Little Caesars, and it was when me, you, and Matt were working, and this was Cambic's first day.
Ryan's?
Yeah, remember? It was Cambic's first day. And we all had to go out and take the trash because it was a Saturday. We all had to go out and take the trash, and we were talking about wrestling, and something got heated, and we were just screaming at the top of our lungs at each other at the store. And then Ryan came in, and I opened the door, and it's just screaming because you and Matt are in a heated argument, and he's just like, he was freaking out. He just had a look of what the fuck. And I was like, oh, come on. It's nothing. And I had to continue to scream. And I was like, you know how to sign in, right? And he's like, yeah. I was like, sign in. And I went back to screaming. And he's like, what are we arguing about? And he's like, oh, wrestling. He's like, I don't know. He's like, just don't worry about it. That was Ryan's first day. And his first impression of all three of us.
I remember this story of the time I got written up by our lovely neighborhood Nate. Remember Nate?
Yeah, I remember Nate.
Before we go into that, remember, were you there that night when Nate fell on his head?
I was outside smoking, dude.
Oh my God.
And like I heard, the only thing I heard from outside is I was taking a smoke break. I heard this, and I was like,
you heard a thud from outside. It was so loud inside. I'm not shocked you heard it.
And then like I saw you and I think it was Sam go.
I was standing there cleaning dress and everything just to make sure everything was clean. We're cleaning up, and all I hear is on the ground. And I was like, oh my God, what the fuck was that? And I look over, Nate's on the ground. Nate gets up, he's like, oh, I'm dizzy, I'm seeing colors. I'm like, Nate, you need to go home.
He wouldn't go home.
And
I remember that.
I can't go home, I can't walk in this. I'm like, Nate, you need to go home or go to the doctor because you probably have a concussion.
You can't stay. Oh, he was also, no, that was the other time. He didn't want to go home and you made him go home.
No, that was the same time. I made him go home after he fell on his head. But we're here to talk with Nate.
Mm-hmm.
Nate wrote me up one time because my music was really, really loud. And he said I was scaring people with my magic because he didn't know how to write.
Oh, God.
And I was like, I'm good with, or scarring people with my magic. And I was like, scarring. And I was like, Nate, what is this? And he's like, your music was really loud and you're scaring the customers. I was like,
I want to know the customer.
Oh, that says scary. That says scared and music. He's like, what did you think it said? You wrote it as scarred and magic. And he was like, wait, what? And I was like, Nate, get better handwriting because you this is awful. That was like that was the only time I got written up there, and it was a dumb write up. Ryan and Christine were like, why? This is. Did
they even honor it, or did they just throw it away? Then you didn't really get written up.
It got put in the filing cabinet because I know. Matt sent it to me on Snapchat like a few weeks ago because he found it in the drawer. And why is he still there? That's the one question to myself.
Is he still there?
Matt is still there.
Good for Matt, though. That's dedication. That's just dedication. Do you remember the story where the woman came in and she didn't understand what the pretzel crust was?
Oh my God, I remember.
And it was just me,
free pretzel crust out of it.
And Jalen. And Jalen didn't know what to do because it's like his third day, and he's just like, Mike, come over here. And I was on break, and I was like, I'll go help because I didn't have anything to eat. I had to go on break. And like I went up and I was like, what's the problem? She doesn't like the pizza. I was like, what's wrong with the pizza? He's like, let her explain it to you. And I was like, okay. And I sat there. And this woman went, I don't like this. I was like, okay, it's the pretzel crust. What do you expect? Why is the sauce yellow? You gave me bad sauce. And I'm like, ma'am, that's nacho cheese sauce.
Hey, it's Dan.
Hey, Dan. And I'm looking for pants. There's none here.
We can tell. We can hear you.
Yeah. Oh, all right. So anyway, We were doing that. And then you came over.
What the fuck was that?
I know. He just comes in and interrupts. But she thought she didn't know, and she went, "I want this with sauce. You guys didn't give me it with marinara or I don't know, tomato sauce."
Yeah, it was the tomato sauce. She thought the pretzel crust was made with the tomato sauce, when in reality it was always made with the cheese sauce.
I didn't understand. The fucking picture in the front of the store had yellow sauce on the damn pizza. Like, I didn't understand what they expected. Was it you or me who got a call because when the bacon wrap pizza was removed and it was the pretzel crust, and they said, "Oh, well then fuck you."
I think it was you.
Oh yeah, that was me. And I remember I was on the phone, and then Ryan was there, and Ryan went, "What'd you do?" And I went, "I didn't do anything." He's like, "What happened?" And I was like, he asked for the bacon wrap pizza, and he's like, "Okay." And then I was like, "Oh, we don't serve that anymore." I was like, "We had the delicious pretzel wrap pizza." He's like, pretzel crust pizza. He's like, "Okay, you did good." Then what? He told me to fuck off. And he went, "No, he didn't." I was like, "No, he did. Ryan, he told me to fuck off." He's like, he just nodded. He's like, "All right, I can see it. You're good." And I was like, that was the only time Ryan complimented me on doing a good job and handling getting told to fuck off. Well, I was like, oh, first of all, I didn't have any time to react of getting told to fuck off, but I did. But it just pissed me off. Was it? Oh, I know what happened with you. You're the guy who when you saw someone buy a pizza and stomp on it.
Oh my god, this story is so stupid. This is after you were gone. This was way after you were gone. I remember telling you about this. So it was just like a random morning. It was me, Matt, and we had this guy named Chris. I don't remember at the time. Mm-hmm. And I think Matt was on, what's it called? I had Matt on dough, I had Chris doing dishes, and I was running landing and dress because it was just slow. There really wasn't much going on. And this guy comes in, and he literally just comes in to spite us, just to be a dick, just to prove his point. He comes up to me, he goes, "Hi, can I get a cheese pizza?" And I was like, "Sure, $5.30. He's like, "Okay," gives me the money, uses whatever. And then he goes, and as I'm walking away, I was like, "Have a good day, sir." He's like, wait. I want to tell you what I think of your pizza." And I was like, What do you mean?" Throws it on the ground, jumps up in the air, and stomps on it, and he's like, "That's what I think of your pizza." Then he walks out. And then I run around the counter, grab the pizza, open the door. As he's walking away, I was like, "Hey, you forgot your pizza." And I threw it at him. And then I walked back in.
Here's the problem with his statement here. He paid for that. He paid $5.30.
He paid $5.30 just to
prove what point? That the pizza sucked? You bought the pizza. You gave the company money.
To be fair, we were in Lemoyne.
Yeah, that's
we
true.
were in Lemoyne.
That's true.
But remember the story? Remember the time we put Nate outside?
Oh, I was about to bring that up.
to flip
because he was annoying
to
everybody.
use the sign because he was annoying us.
Everybody was annoyed.
Nate, go outside for like an hour. And then I remember as he came in like 20 minutes later. I was like, "Nate, has it been an hour?" He's like, "No, I don't want to be out there anymore. People are making fun of me." And then the Domino's guy just flipped me off.
And then the Pizza Hut guy said something to him too. Like,
yeah.
He's like, "You suck." And then Nate, I was like, and then we're offended now. Like, "Oh, did they now?" So they're coming at us. And we're like, "What did you do, Nate?" And you're like, I didn't do anything. We're like, "Oh, you're just going to let us get disrespected?" And we're mad at him for that. And he's like, "I don't know what I did." I was like, "You let them disrespect us, Nate. I know we're not a good establishment, but you just do not let your competitor just thrash you like that. Come on, Nate."
I remember being a whole ordeal to have the sign flipper out there.
And we weren't allowed to do it.
We weren't, because you have to have a permit in Lemoyne to do it,
yeah,
which was really weird. But did you ever see the Little Caesars costume?
There's a Little Caesar costume now?
No, we had one.
What? No.
There was a Little Caesars costume.
No,
that the person was supposed to be in. He was supposed to be in a Little Caesars costume, flipping the sign.
We were supposed to.
Yes, there was like a big old head, suit.
I mean, if I was involved, I mean, I would have gone out and did it. That sounds like fun.
There was only one suit.
I didn't know.
And they kept it in Carlisle. They kept it in Carlisle. They had it over in our store one time, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?"
I mean, fucking Carlisle's the one that has the fucking
drive-through.
Yeah,
it's so weird.
They were telling me about it. They're like, "It's really weird. They have a drive-through." And I know that's why they get so much fucking business. Apparently, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's the busiest. It's the busiest store in their district.
I don't understand. I thought we would be. I mean, we're second. I think we were hard.
No, we're not second. Mechanicsburg was. Me and it was
At the time we were.
It
second.
was like us and Mechanicsburg were like always like there, and then New Cumberland's just dead last because it didn't really make sense.
I think Mechanicsburg gets people from the Pikes because they're in the Pikes, so it's people traveling. I mean, the people we got was because not only did we do the West Shore, we had people from Harrisburg coming because they didn't like they didn't have a Little Caesars in Harrisburg.
And it's cheap.
And it's cheap. I mean, the pizza. I mean, it's good. Oh my fucking god.
The Italian cheesy bread is so good.
I know it is, but Pizza Hut at one point had a fucking
pretzel crust.
No, they had They had a $5 special. Everything was $5.
They still have it.
Do not get the fucking pizza. Do not.
It's okay.
It tastes just like Little Caesars, and it's garbage. That's not what Pizza Hut pizza is. You have to pay You gotta pay for the actual pizza to get the good Pizza Hut shit. But it tasted
the only
gross.
one that does frozen dough.
It tasted,
I'm pretty sure.
Literally tasted just like a Little Caesars pizza that's been left
Little
out.
Caesars pizza?
But no, it's fine. Little Caesars pizza is fine when it's fresh, but it tasted like Little Caesars pizza that's been left out for a bit. That's what it tasted like.
Never tell you the time. I didn't tell you this. Did I tell you the time what happened when it was like snowing outside and the store's power went out?
No.
Why we had like a 20 pizza order?
What? Oh, bro.
Oh,
remember that pizza order we got?
They were waiting inside the store as the power went out, and I was like,
"Why are you gonna wait?"
And okay, to be fair, I think 18 out of the 20 were out, and there was 2 in the middle of the oven. And they were like, "Oh no, it's fine. We'll just take them. Just can you get them out?" I was like, "Yeah, we can try to." He's like, "Yeah, we'll just put them in the oven at the church." And I was like, "Okay." And he's like, and they asked us I was like, probably like $4.50 for like 4 or 5 more minutes, and like, "Yeah, we'll do it." And they took it, and I was just like, and here's the dumb part. The power was out until 3 o'clock, and I got off at 4.
Why?
It went off at like noon.
Why were you still
Ryan
there?
and Nick wanted us to stay open.
Why? You
just
couldn't...
in case. All we had to do was do the rest of our tasks, which is like do all the stuff that we didn't need power for, like make sauce. And
that could literally take takes like a half hour to do.
And do dishes and stuff. So yeah, just clean. That's all we did. We sat there and cleaned.
That doesn't... Okay, I mean, I guess he made you actually work for the money, but... Okay.
Yeah, it was fine. I mean, when the power came on at 3, all the people who started at 4 started rolling in. They were like, "So how was your day?" I was like, we haven't sold the pizza for 3 hours." And they're like, "What do you mean? Power's been out."
Here's a story from Little Caesars. So, remember that kid we hung out with at Smash Club with Ryan? Is it Jamie? Jameson. All right, so I remember it was me and Jameson sitting at the register because there was nothing to do. Jalen was washing the dishes and you were doing prep. Dough didn't need to be made because I did that earlier the day. So I was just up there. And this girl comes in and asks for breadsticks. And I was like, okay. So Jameson was doing the register and I was getting her breadsticks. And Jameson hasn't typed it in yet. I went, "What are you doing?" And he made me look, and there was a girl just wearing a see-through shirt and she wasn't wearing a bra. And I'm like, "Oh." And so me and Jameson are just memorized that this girl was doing that. And then you saw it and you're like, "I'm not going over there. They can handle it." And
the amount of things that I saw while standing there at dress,
I've seen a lot of shit,
and not wanting to go deal with it was great. Oh my god, did I say the Bree Witten story on here yet?
No.
I guess I really shouldn't even say her name, but she asked me where the pan went and where the oven was. It was so bad. I can't handle it, man. I can't handle it. No. Ryan saw it in my eyes. I was ready to just break something, and he told me to go walk away. Okay.
He wasn't cool with me though.
We're gonna talk about this.
What?
Do you remember Billy?
Yeah. Oh god.
You remember Billy?
Oh my god.
Do you remember fucking Billy? Fucking Billy came over. Billy went over to Dollar General.
That's not the story I'm thinking about.
The one I'm thinking about is funny as hell.
The one I'm thinking about is also funny as hell.
I'll go with mine first. Okay. Billy goes over to Dollar General and buys some fireworks.
Oh, God.
And I remember, I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I bought fireworks." And he had those little poppers. Those things you pull and confetti comes out. Little confetti popper. I was like, "Give it to me." I walk in. Everybody's following me. I'm like, "Guys, follow. You're just there cutting some dough.
No, I was fixing the damn sheeter.
Okay, you're fixing
I was
the
cleaning
sheeter.
it. That was.
And all I was like, hey, Mike, you're like, huh? Boom, and you jump and fall on the ground, and I'm just like, oh, God, did I just kill him?
I was so scared. I was so fucking focused because to clean that thing, you had to remember how to put it back together, and it was so annoying. But once you figured it out, it was like 2 seconds. But it was at the time I didn't know. Oh, I was so goddamn scared. So scared. But the Billy story I'm thinking about is when it was just me, him, and Sam. It was one of those nights. Just 3 people had to work. I think it was like a Thursday.
Sounds about right.
It was a slow day. And Billy was talking to me about this girl, and she's like, man, I'd have sex with an underage girl. I mean, if she didn't tell anybody. And I'm like, Billy. And it's Sam with like this. Billy, come here. I was like, we have customers out there. They heard you, Billy. They gave us dirty looks, Billy. And I was like, oh, God, they heard us? And I was like, I have no affiliation. I turned over. And I was like, I have no affiliation with this man. I don't know why he brought up underage girls. It just came out. I didn't say anything. And they were just looking at Billy, and Billy's like, I'm sorry. And then Billy was fucking high as shit.
Billy was always high as shit.
He was high as shit. And then, like, I was like, and then I started thinking, as I was starting to get high, I was like, I've never got so high to the point I acted like Billy in public. Because I'm always terrified in public. Like, I'm not saying what I've done at work, but I've gone to work a little buzzed. I don't go blazed. You don't go to work blazed like Billy did. It was like, no. Come on, bro.
Billy was an interesting one.
Oh, my God. We met so many interesting people.
Billy was interesting.
I mean, we both, from our jobs, have met some interesting customers, though.
Yeah,
I mean, there was one story I was thinking about. My last day ever at Spirit. I remember I was with this coworker. I don't remember her name, but we were just sitting there and we were talking about Night Before Christmas. We were talking about those mystery bag things, and we already knew this couple that they were both women. That doesn't matter, but I just want to set the scene. Okay, it was just 2 women walking around the store, pushing a cart. So we just thought it was a baby, and they were just doing it, and they were going out, and we're like, hey, have a good day. And no fucking joke, there was like a little netting in there. And what popped up was a fucking duck head. It was a duck in the baby stroller. And as I said, good day, and I was like, is that a fucking duck? And they're like, oh, yes.
What?
And they're like, yes, isn't he cute? And then kept walking. And I was like, and the other girl was like, Hold on. Why was there a duck? What do? We didn't know there was a duck in the store. Is that bad on us? And I was like, I don't know. Are we going to get in trouble for a duck being in the store? And she was like, I don't know. It's manager's preference, so I guess I don't care. Basically, the policy at Spirit was with animals, it was manager's choice if it was okay. And none of my managers cared. They wanted you to bring their pets in. But no one cared. But a duck. What are you going to do with a duck? You can't question it. It could have been a service duck, dude. We weren't going to question it.
Oh, Mike.
Yeah.
Well, in the last episode we were talking about our gym stories and what we did to Chris.
God. Yeah.
There was something that we never talked about. Something that pissed me off with you every fucking time we played it. And that's a little fun game.
It always comes back to that.
It's always great. It's the best game. It's the game that everybody wants to play, but is apparently the most dangerous game to play in gym class, dodgeball.
I'm going to say the story is going to end out with every situation that happened to me in gym class was I used to play football, and no one knew this. It always caused problems. That's all I'm going to say.
So, when I play dodgeball, I learned how to throw the ball a little differently to kind of throw people off guard. And
well, you were a baseball player too, so
yeah, I played baseball.
Those
I always threw the ball a little differently, so people didn't know how it was, where it would come straight at you, but it looked like it's gonna hit you, but it would just dip out at the end and nail you in the leg, so you don't have time to catch it. Mike quickly caught on to this, as on the other side. At one time, laid on the ground and caught the ball as I threw it at him.
It was an inch. I remember,
and I was just like,
here's where instinct was. Mr. Lackey's face was fucking priceless because we both darted our eyes at him, and he was sitting there, and he was sitting there really questioning it, and he was like, "Joe, you're out," and you're like, "What?" And he's like, "He caught it, and you're like, "What?"
I was so mad.
That happened three more times too. The one barely hit my foot, and I grabbed it on the tip of my foot.
I remember at that point, every single time we played dodgeball after that, I was like, I gotta be on his team. I can't not be.
I used to
him.
catch everything,
and it was great because I just couldn't. I couldn't do it.
Is that
anymore.
when you body slammed me into the locker?
I was so pissed at you. I was so mad.
I remember that.
I was just so fucking mad. It was not even.
There was only 2 spots ever in the locker room where we would sit. It was either the one near the bathrooms, because there was the bench, or it was the one near the door, because that's where Chris always wanted to be. We always got big lockers. Well, actually, no. Me and you shared a locker.
We always shared a locker because I had a lock.
Because you had a lock, and then someone's phone got stolen, and me and you weren't risking it. I think we also kept Chris's in there, too, because he didn't have a lock either.
We kept Chris's phone in there.
Oh, yeah, we did. He didn't care about his...
We kept Chris's stuff that
anything
he
important he had, yeah, we kept in there.
Yeah. You were such a dick, man.
Oh, my God.
You were such a dick.
I have stories from the locker room. Anytime I was in the locker room in school, something always... It's not like it was gay or anything. It's just something always happened. I remember the one time when I was a freshman in high school, and this fucking kid who was gifted with his size of dick decided that he always had to walk around the locker room naked and make everyone uncomfortable. He came up to me and my one friend, and the dick just slapped against the bench.
Ew.
Yeah, that's how long it was, Joe. It was disgusting.
Oh, my God.
I don't know. He was a goalie in hockey, apparently. So, he got some extra help, and I don't know where he... I don't know. I don't even remember his name. I wish I knew his name. So, I don't... If he's in the NHL, fantastic.
Dude, I don't even know. That's some fucking
there was
weird
a story
shit.
where we made a kid so fucking mad. Me and the same kid, I witnessed this in freshman year because we were in gym classes together from freshman to sophomore. And we made him so fucking mad, he ripped the locker off he ripped the door off the locker. Off the hinges, everything. We pissed him off that bad. And we're like, oh. And he's like, yeah, you want to fuck with me? And we're like, why are you ripping the door off, bro? He's like, because you pissed me off. And he punched the locker, dented it, and we're like, okay, we shouldn't fuck with him anymore. He has earned our respect of not trying to fuck with him anymore. So we just backed off him. He's now religious, though.
I love those kind of people.
Yeah, he went down. He changed on he's on the path of righteousness. I don't know what I'm fucking saying, but it's just every time. Locker rooms just, I don't know. It's just school. It's always because I get put in situations I don't want to be in. It's just I'm at the wrong place every fucking time. Every time. Oh, man.
You're always in the wrong place at the wrong time, like at any moment. People talk to you randomly and all this other shit,
Do you remember the dodgeball game where it was the seniors? It was the upperclassmen, so it was juniors and seniors against the lowerclassmen, and we never fucking lost them in dodgeball. It was just something we all agreed with. We do not lose to the underclassmen.
No, it wasn't that. Was it that?
No, yeah, because they were fucking cocky all the time. Anytime they were cocky.
Yeah, you're right. I guess you're right.
When
the underclassmen our underclassmen were just dickheads.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it was just because of the competitive nature. Our gym class was just always competitive. It was just what it was, and we just didn't want to lose.
Well, our gym class was like first thing
it was
in the morning, too.
First of all, a lot of the jocks were in the weightlifting class, so of course we're going to have competitive people all the time. It was obvious.
All right, Mike. There's actually a story that I'm thinking about right now that I want you to tell because it's kind of regarding gym. I remember this one day you're telling me we came into gym. You're telling me about your senior project of the day before, and you fucking.
I'm lost. You gotta tell me what.
You told me that you went over because you went to the middle school to help a teacher, and apparently you walked in there after they had gym class, and none of them had deodorant on.
Oh no, this was with me and Troy. So it was around spring. And like I did senior project all year, and like at first I did the morning So I would have to wake up at 5 and do it. So it was okay. I ate, and the cafeteria lady set me up.
Well, your mom's a friggin' lunch lady.
Oh yeah, no, I'm set up for
so
food.
The cafeteria lady was you.
And once I hit middle school, I was set for fucking food, bro.
Dude,
I still paid.
Barely. You got shit for free. Dude,
I didn't always get shit for free.
That was the best thing about being your friend in high school. I hate to say that. That was one of the best things. Is that your mom set me up for like free lunches and free everything.
Lunch ladies do that for all kids. If they know they're having trouble, they'll let people slide. I mean, it's just something that's nice. You don't let a kid go hungry. But I was set, but it is now spring. I think it's around April. It's fucking getting warm. And I forget, I'm in the 6th grade hallway. That's where I worked. I worked with the 6th grade teacher. And this was where I learned. Because until I did senior project, I thought fucking my 6th grade year was the best. Then I start, working around the kids in 6th grade. And I was like, you know what? I'm starting to remember 6th grade sucked. And I'm starting to think middle school sucked. I was like, oh, these poor kids. So, this fucking, no one's wearing deodorant. They don't know how, I don't know. They didn't have health class. I thought that I got health class. Son of a bitch.
I was going to say, you're having this little lisp there.
I know, I had a lisp there. We, health class. They did not, we had it in the beginning of the year, so we knew that use deodorant when it got hot, because you're going to sweat. No, none of these kids do. So Troy, I was like, Troy, it fucking stinks, because we're hanging up Easter eggs, because it's April, and they wanted the, thing of Easter. And, Troy's like, it fucking stinks. I'm like, oh, no, it fucking stinks. Because basically, we worked for every teacher in the hallway, or anyone in the school that needed. So I was basically a temp. I would just go anywhere they needed me. But we were hanging up this, and then Troy goes, all right, everybody listen up. I know it's not the girls, but all you boys stink. It's disgusting. Use deodorant. I went, Troy, they're 6th graders. They have low self-esteem. He's like, I don't care. My dad, I had low self-esteem, but I knew how to use deodorant. I was like, we're going to get in trouble. And this teacher went, oh, thank God you said something. I was like, why do we have to say it? I don't want to say it. I was like, and then I really started thinking, I was like 6th grade teachers, they deserve so much more money, because they got to deal with so much shit. Kids going through puberty. They don't understand what's happening to their bodies. No, dude. I remember Mr. Delaney was so unhappy there.
Mr. Delaney, man.
He didn't like it. When he saw me, he perked up. He's like, oh my God, a high school student. How are you? And I was like, I never had Mr. Delaney. Dan had him. But he just, I don't know. He liked Dan. So he's like, you're cool then. I was like, the one time someone thought I was cool because of Dan. The one time. Because usually people think I'm a dick.
I remember. I thought you were a dick at one time. Our fucking, what's it called? Remember?
Well, we were always taught to hate each other.
Yeah, our girlfriends fucking made us hate each other.
Yeah, my ex.
Our exes.
I had no idea who you were. I was like, she's like, yeah, her boyfriend's a dick. I was like, yeah, he sure is a dick. Not knowing. I wasn't even paying attention. I didn't even know what the fuck was going on. But I was like, yeah, he sure is a dick. And then I remember your ex was like, yeah, that's who it was. And she did this to me. I was like, I had no recollection. I didn't tell her to do that. I had no idea that it happened. I'm not gonna say the situation, but I didn't know. I felt so bad. If I would have known that, I would have fucking backed off. So
we dated some crazy people in high school, man.
Yeah, no, we did.
And I stuck with that girl for a while. 6 years. 6 long years.
Yeah. High school. We gotta. That's one of these days. We'll talk about high school.
I don't want to talk about high school. I don't remember. I don't want to remember high school.
Oh yeah, we will.
I remember my senior I remember the seniors. My 11th grade year. I think you were there. It had to have been. It had to be that year.
What?
The kid who came in with one of those little kid cars that they could drive in the middle of the hallway.
Oh no, it wasn't
for his senior prank.
No, we didn't do that.
It was. I don't remember what year that was.
No one in my year did that. Nobody.
What year was that?
My year.
My
senior prank was making everyone in the locker room uncomfortable once, and I did. It worked, except for
Tristan.
Yeah, I mean, it took me having my pants around my ankles and giving him a hug to freak him out.
You were a weird person.
No, it was my senior project, and everyone figured it out. And that's why some of the kids didn't get freaked out at first because they knew what I was doing. but I got him. I got Lackey, so
One day we'll immortalize this story.
mhm.
One day we will immortalize this story. Whenever you're ready.
It's gonna be down the road, but
Gonna
anyway.
be down the road. I think
Yeah.
we should talk about it now.
No. It's
It's such a great story.
It's just too iconic to bring out of retirement. So we'll wait.
It's not. No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. Just we'll just save that for a day. Don't worry. But I think I got a story to talk about.
Yeah.
There's-
You're telling me something about it a little bit.
There was a time where I almost drowned. I don't know if it was drowned, but I guess almost died. Let's say I almost died because there was a lot of things that could have killed me. So I don't know if I've told this story on here before, but there was a time where it was my friend Reed's birthday, and this whole day is going to be a fucking story. So, the whole day we went over around 3:00 because that's when we decided that we'll hang out. So it was me, my brother, Reed, and Devin. And I was not on good terms with them because they did not like me because they thought that I was a snitch, and I was not. I mean, one time, and I was just labeled a snitch.
Okay,
forever.
speaking of Devin,
Uh-huh.
I wanna segue into this for a second because you always tell me this story, but I never get like a full reference of it. What happened when you guys were in elementary school with you, him, and CJ?
It wasn't elementary school, dude. It was middle school.
What happened in middle school?
All right, so what happened in middle school was when I was in 7th grade, the school decided that we need to just make clay pots. I don't know why. It would just be a building exercise. We can try to see who's an artist and compliment each other. Some kid made a bong. Some kid made a dick. Dan made a bong. And they just got destroyed because the teachers just weren't doing it, but they didn't want to do it. So me and CJ were really intensely doing our shit. And we never got it back. And we were both pissed off about it. We don't know what happened to them. We just think they threw them all away. But what happened was we were sitting there, and our friend Devin, who was having a problem with the kid, I don't remember what was happening, but he was having a problem, and he was like, I got to start proving myself to this kid. I gotta stand up to him. And then he asked me and CJ, he did not give us a head warning about any of this, by the way. He planned this by himself. He came up to us, tapped us on the shoulder, and was like, cover me. And we looked at each other and went, wait, what? And we turned around, he's already getting clocked. Because, I mean, it was just not a good day for him. Because he can usually fight. It just wasn't a good day for him. Because he was just caught off guard because we were not there to back him up. So I felt bad because he got clocked. And, like, when he was getting pulled away from the teachers, he was looking at me and CJ were like, what the fuck, bro? And they were like, ooh, we messed up here. And, like, I had to explain to him, we didn't know what you meant, but we did. We would have came, but it's pretty much over at that point.
What the fuck, man? I remember Devin back when that happened, when he was in the band with Cody Martin and everything. And
Yeah.
Devin was a little pudgy at that time.
Devin's ripped now.
I know.
He's
like
a handsome
we saw,
man. He's a
we
handsome
went,
man.
When we went to Warped in 2016, he came up to us and I was like, "Who the fuck was that?" I asked you. Yeah, I was like, "That was Devin Rhodes." I was like, "No fucking way."
Yeah, he's a handsome
There's
man.
no
right?
way that was
yeah,
Devin
no,
Rhodes.
Dude,
Like he
he's
lost
handsome.
so much weight. He looks so good.
Yeah, he looks good. He looks good. He looks good. And but no, so we're all hanging out for Reed's birthday, and Reed was like, "Let's go to the creek," and we're like, "All right, do you have trunks for us?" And Reed got us trunks. We all have trunks now, so we're walking down to the creek, and it was like a little walk. He lives, I think he lived like a couple. Like it took like a 20. It looked like took maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes. I don't
Which creek
remember.
were you at?
I think somewhere in New Cumberland. It
Were
was
you
like,
by the rope swing?
no, not the rope swing. It was just this other side he lived. I don't remember where it was. I just know we went to a creek. But the problem was...
Because I know that where you're talking about, you can get on one side, but you can't get in on the other side. Like Borough Park side, you're not allowed to get in. But if you go in from the side where the rope swing was, you could.
I didn't know that. But
Well,
I didn't
cops
go to...
got like all fucking mad at you.
Oh, I don't know. I'd never been to the rope swing, so I don't know. But it was just this area of the creek. But when we finally got to the creek, we hit a bunch of debris and mosquitoes just rise. They fucking thousands of them, Joe. I'm not joking. So many fucking mosquitoes rise from the bushes and just attack us. We are trying to just walk, and we are all getting bit. We're all shirtless now at this point because we're near the river, and we're getting bit. It fucking hurts when I don't know, maybe 20 mosquitoes bite you at once. It fucking hurts.
I'm sure it does.
So we had all these welts on our body, and we're like, and once we got to the water, the mosquitoes just went back, but they got us pretty good. So we're all fucking mad now. We're all mad and trying to figure out what could we have changed and whose fault was it that we decided to run through the tall grass. Because we don't know whose idea. To this day, I don't remember whose idea was to take us through.
It's probably yours.
No, I didn't know the area, so I couldn't really say anything.
Then it's probably Reed.
I mean, probably. But, so we all got in the water. We're chilling, just talking about shit. I don't know what fucking... We were in 8th grade. I don't know what the fuck we were talking about. We were talking about something.
What Call of Duty was out at that point?
I think it was Modern Warfare 2.
Call of Duty?
I think it was Modern Warfare 2. We were talking about Modern Warfare 2. They were talking about girls and stuff. Middle school shit. I don't know. And we were noticing that the river was starting to get a little faster. We weren't paying attention. And it wasn't until we were at the rocks when we knew we were fucked. So we all were like trying to swim, and we're going in the rapids, getting slammed into rocks and shit. And we're underwater and shit. We're flailing everywhere just trying to survive. And we get out. I had a bruised arm. My fucking back was killing me. Dan had a huge bruise down his leg. Devin hurt his ankle. We thought he broke it. We honestly thought he broke it. It looked as bad as when you sprained yours doing football drills.
We're not talking about football drills. Okay, we're gonna keep that for another day too.
So,
or have I talked about?
And then Reed had a huge bruise on his chest. We were all fucked up. And so on top of mosquito bites, we now have bruises. Almost cracked our necks and heads, and almost drowned. So it's been a pretty good day so far. So we went home, and it's now like 9 o'clock. So we all sat there. We snuck in some alcohol, and we were drinking, and we did some prank calls, dumb shit, dumb middle school shit. So then all of a sudden we're like, we're hungry. Is the McDonald's open? And Reed's like, it could be, but if not, we got to go to the BP. Because the gas station near me was which is now a Sunco or Sunoco. And it was a BP until the oil spill shit, because that happened, I guess a year later, actually. And we were walking and we got food from it. And this is now at 3 in the morning. It's 2 or 3 in the morning. It is past curfew.
I was going to say, why are you guys out so late?
Because we wanted food.
Fat fucks.
Yeah, but all we got was sticky buns and shit. And we didn't listen to Reed when we started walking. And Reed went, we need to take this direction because there's cops running down these alleys down the street where it's like I live now. And cops coming down to make sure kids aren't walking around. And we're like, fuck you, Reed. You don't know what you're talking about. No, we got pulled over. And at the time, young Mike, a middle school Mike, did not know how to handle the police. I made myself look like an ass and made us all look suspicious because Devin handled it perfectly. He knew what to do. So Dan and Reed knew, just follow Devin's lead. He knows what to do. I didn't. They did not explain to me if this happens, let Devin take charge. I used to wear my pants low, so I started pulling up my pants, and the cop's like, you okay? He's like, I'm sorry, I had my pants below my ankles. It won't happen again. He's like, what do you mean below your ankles? I mean, behind my knees, sir. Behind my knees. He's like, okay. And the cop just looked at me and went, calm down. Is he okay? Was he smoking something? And Devin went, no, sir, no, we don't smoke marijuana. We've never smoked it. There's no way to get it here. We don't know how to do that. And he's like, cop's like, okay. And then Devin goes back to the cop, and he's starting to show him the food we bought to prove that we were at BP and we were going home. I decided, I was like, officer, I'm ready to get arrested. And I put my hands on the cop car and spread them out. And the cop, are you sure you did not smoke anything? And Devin's like, oh my God, he's freaked. Devin's out.
What the fuck?
Devin's now starting to freak out because he's like, oh my God, I'm going to get arrested. And Dan and Reed are fucking freaking out. And and the cop went, and he's like, no, officer, no, he doesn't know how to act. He something's wrong with him. He has anxiety, something. I don't know. He's like, oh, okay. He's like, what? He's never been almost in trouble with the cops? He's like, no, it's probably that. And the cop's like, okay. How about you guys just go straight home, and I'm gonna follow you. I'm gonna follow you by a distance. You better go home. And we all went home. I got yelled at by Devin. I got screamed at, actually, because I almost got us all arrested because we were out past curfew. So, sorry, Devin.
You're always You're always like, when I first met you were kind of awkward, honestly.
At the time,
I just remember going to a show with you one time, and we were at a concert, and we were like, Mike, go crowd surfing. You're like, no, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this.
Yeah, because I didn't know what to do.
I remember, I think it was me and Dan who lifted you up and threw you forward into the crowd. And you were just like, I don't know what to do. And you like lost your hat or something.
Oh, yeah. And I got it back, though, because not everyone in that crowd was a dick. And I remember this story so well because it was an Einstein Kill concert. And I remember when I got to stage, I didn't know what to do. And this guy was pointing at the stairs like, come on. And I went to go, and the guitarist went, no, you're going that way. And I was like, I don't want to go that way. And then Spencer grabbed me and screamed in my face and threw me in the crowd. I was like, what's happening? Bro, what's happening? And then you were like, that was awesome, Mike. And I was like, what?
Let's kill the spider.
Oh, well, I mean, it's basement. And I was like, and you were like, that was awesome. And I was like, why did I get thrown? He's like, and I was like, why? That was so cool. You were like in the band at one point.
I just remember
I was like,
because
no, bro.
Spencer grabbed you by your shirt and then like, I don't remember what lyric, he like screamed in your face and just like let you go into the crowd.
First of all, the guitarist was like in my face like, no, you're going that one. And then he followed me on Twitter after this.
That was the bassist, Justin.
It was the bassist.
Justin Morrow. He's now with Motionless in White.
So I'm like, again, I don't know why I get myself into these predicaments every time.
I remember the first show we went to. Maybe it was like the second. I remember me and you were standing behind the pit.
Yeah.
Dan told us the precautions about going in the pit.
This was right after we went to Warped Tour too.
Was it?
Yeah, because this was the first concert we went together at Champ. At this point. No.
We went to that before Warped.
Oh, this what? Oh,
I was still in high school.
I know which one you're talking about now, yeah.
Is this
when you knocked that kid out?
This is when the blood was on your face.
Oh, God.
This one's about the pit. He's like, if they're getting too close, if you're getting too close, put your arm out, and if they feel it, they know that they're too close to the wall, basically.
Yeah.
And I remember, I'm not even sure if it was Dan, but I remember that there was
he came out and said it, because it was him him and Devin were dangerous in the pit.
There was a kid who was pissing Dan off, or pissing the whole thing off, and someone took it upon themselves to start swinging.
Dan down here to talk about mosh pit politics, because it's so hard to figure it out.
And all I see is this kid's nose. This kid get hit in the face, and I was like, okay. I was like, oh God, okay. I hope he's okay. And then I look over to you. I see there's some fucking shit.
No, this wasn't until we went outside to get some air.
Oh yeah, it was after what band? It wasn't Ice Nine. It was one of the. I think it was. I remember who it was. I remember we like left, walk outside because you wanted to smoke and we wanted to break. And I was like, Mike, what the fuck is on your face? And he's like,
I thought Alicia said it because it was the one
all
where
dry.
she was with. And you went, Mike, you're bleeding. And then you went like this, and you were like, and you looked and you went, that's not. And you were like, Mike, that's not your blood either. And she's like, ew. And I was like, whose blood is it? And then that kid came with the broken nose. I was like, oh my God. And Dan came out and went, did you see me knock that kid out? And I was like, why, Dad? He's like, he's ruining the pit. That was the
show I got the VIP and I went in for the meet and greet and everything beforehand. Because I had you, Alicia.
Pick up Dan, yeah.
And you guys met me there.
Yeah. Oh, but dude, it freaked her out. It freaked me out. And now you have someone else's blood on your hands, so you're freaking out. And then that kid's...
You remember that fucking pervert? The fucking drunk pervert?
Oh my God.
Who wouldn't leave us alone?
We were just talking to this random girl because she asked you about your shirt and you're telling her, and we were talking about what band we were seeing. This guy went, And then she walked away and he's like, the pussy here good, guys. And we were like, I remember it because he was talking to you first and I went over to make sure you were okay and you were not. I wasn't okay after talking to him. And then Dan said this girl cracked her knuckles and he's like, I hope something else cracks on you. He was just being weird. Like he was trying to pick people up.
So fucking
weird. He was
weird,
like ruining the mood, bro.
Yeah, Dan. Yeah, but Dan was the king of that pit.
It was him and Devin. They were just dangerous.
Every single time I was there, Dan was in the pit just controlling shit. It was great.
Yeah, he was so dangerous.
He was always having fun.
Yeah.
I was always so like worried to get into that pit.
I
remember the first time I ever got into a pit, and it was like one of the scariest moments of my life. But I've had so much fun ever since going into them.
Yeah.
Because I went into the one when I went to go see Falling in Reverse.
You have to be careful of what kind of band you go to, because if it's really heavy, the pit gets dangerous.
It was just an Ice Nine Kills Falling in Reverse show. It wasn't too heavy.
Yeah,
Ice Nine had like some. They were playing their newer stuff, so it's a little bit more heavy, but. It was fun. It was a fun time.
Yeah, it sounds like. I mean, that's just what Dan likes to do. I mean, I don't think he does it as much anymore.
I remember you were telling me a story about when you went to go see your favorite band, Capture the Crown, at the time, and the Browning was with them.
Oh God!
And they cut the Browning short.
All right. First of all,
or it was Capture the Crown was with the Browning, but Capture got ovation to keep going.
No, it was. First of all, it was that all-girl band at the time. Shit, I can't think of
In This Moment?
Yeah, no.
Oh no, In This Moment would be too big for the champ.
It was just this small band. It was a small all-girl band, and we told them to do an encore, so they did one more song, and the Browning wasn't told that they did one more song, and like they weren't asked if they were okay. They just did it, so they were pissed off not only at them. But Capture Crown, because they are like, well, you're still, because they were like, can we get an extra set then? And because Jeffrey being a dick, apparently, I don't think said, no, you're not getting extra time. So the Browning got mad. So the Browning did their song Angry, and Dan figured it out, and then Dan's friends figured it out, because the Browning, and then at the end of the Browning's whole set, they said how how their tour was, and how they got treated, and how this is the only place that respects them, because Lemoyne always respected them. So when Dan figured this out, Dan got all the people who knew how to lead the mosh pit and said, we do not mosh for Capture the Crown. And they didn't. They stood still. They stood there. And it pissed Jeffrey off, and he's like, that's it. I'm going down there. And he was singing, and he was screaming, and Dan and the three guys didn't move. And it just pissed Jeffrey off the whole time. And Jeffrey's like, I didn't have to be here. Because, like, the bus broke down or some shit, and, like, he didn't have to be there, but he came because he thought people were going to respect his music, and he didn't. It was just, if they got extra, I don't know if this is even true of what happened behind stage. This is what I just think happened, because I never really asked Dan the story, but this is what I think happened on all the background. But it just, Dan knew how to piss, he knew how to piss the musician off. I
remember being at the Champ one time, and Hayden, if not for me, their band, right? And their original set list was like with Joey Richards, him, Dylan Dorn, or whatever. I think that's his last name. Drummer boy.
I don't know.
And I think Malik was on bass for this original set. And we were there. And we were talking to Joey. And I was like, someone was like, oh shit, they just threw their sign in the crowd. And Joey was like, wait, they threw our sign in the crowd? You know how much money that fucking costs? And then he went over, then he realized it was the band Chasing Safety, because the lead singer to Chasing Safety was like insane.
Yeah.
And he took their little like thing and threw it in the crowd and let the crowd rip it apart. And we were just like, what the fuck was that?
I mean, they're signed, so the record company pays for it, so of course they're gonna fucking do it. I would do it if someone else is paying for it.
I remember because I was watching Hayden's stand selling things for him.
Yeah, I think I was doing it too.
When Chasing Safety was, because they went on first. And the guitarist Chasing Safety was just there stretching, and I was like, I didn't even realize it was him. And I was like, oh shit, I should have talked to him.
I don't know. Concerts, I don't know. I never really had that much of a good time at concerts. I always came out like feeling just weird. It just wasn't fun. It's just too much energy.
I liked it. It was a lot of fun. Those are fun. Warped was fun for us, 2016.
I got mad that the fucking water was near the porta potties, though. Fucking assholes.
It really wasn't, though. It really wasn't. The water station when I went last year for the last full year tour, it really wasn't in a weird spot.
Not this time.
No, it was in the same. No, it was in the same spot.
But I
guess it was just a water station.
I guess.
And they didn't put the damn stage in the mud like they did last time.
That sucks. I liked mud wrestle. There was people that would throw mud wrestle in the pit when it was muddy. It was fucking funny as shit.
I remember when we first got there, the first band we listened to for fucking some odd reason was Ocean's 8 Alaska. It was so bad.
They weren't bad, but I feel bad for the bands that have to go early, because they had to wake up early to get there. They have to go first. They don't have time to, relax. That they just have to go for they're so stressful. But that's the chance of them going on the big stage. So if you can handle it, then maybe you can climb the ranks. Because if you go on last, you can just fuck around all day.
Weren't they on the big stage, though?
Yeah, but they went on first.
Oh, no, that was the Monster Energy South.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
I don't know. Warped Tour was... I didn't know how concerts work, and I really didn't. I was always that awkward kid. Dan knew how it worked. I didn't. Because I just never went to concerts when I was in high school. I was just too fucking awkward to do anything when I was in high school. Yeah. But I tried a lot. Concerts were okay. It's just I don't know. There's just not a lot of bands, I guess, I don't want to see, so I just look down on concerts.
I've seen a lot of my favorite bands now.
Yeah.
I think I could stop going to concerts and be very happy. The one concert that pisses me off the most is, it doesn't even piss me off for why you would think it pisses me off. It's like, it was a Linkin Park and Rise Against concert.
Oh, is this the one you couldn't go to?
And I couldn't go because Chester or someone broke their leg and they canceled the tour. And I was like, oh, come on. And then I was going to go see him again. And then the sad truth with Chester happened. And I was just so upset. And it's like...
He went hard in his music, though. I respect that.
Linkin Park's music
he broke his
really
fucking
good.
leg, apparently.
Yeah. It was such a weird time.
Yeah.
So, I'm kind of shocked you didn't do it. Because you did in the last episode.
Huh.
Where's this mic talk? This is a mic talk.
Mic talk is all right. Well, this is your mic talk. I'm going to talk about a story. And this is just a cautionary tale. This ain't a statement story or a conspiracy story. This is about a cautionary tale about how I went to a flea market. Okay? Flea markets have, a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Video games. You can find some rare video games.
Have you ever been to the Saturdays market?
Yeah, dude. This is where it happened.
We should go.
This is where it happened.
No, we should go.
I know. I want to go.
One of these Saturdays, we should just go.
Mariah wants to go. Yeah, we got to. But here's what happened. I used to love going to the fucking Saturday market. So this is where this was my sophomore year of high school. And my dad was like, you want to go to the Saturday market? Because we were all up early, which is rare. And football wasn't happening. This is around April. And we're like, let's go to the Saturday market. We haven't been there in like a couple years. And it's a flea market. And we went. And we went and looked at the rare video games. I think I got Sly Cooper, which didn't fucking work. Of course it didn't. I mean, a flea market. But I got some Halo Wars and a lot of other Xbox 360 games. And my dad was looking at knives, and he went somewhere else. Dan was looking at little... I don't know what he was looking at. I can't remember the full fucking tale of what he was looking at, but I think he was looking at knives as well. And I walked off, and I was looking at like camo knives again, and it was just all knives. There was just so many knives in this one area, and I was looking at knives. And it was where the knives was, where I was walking, was next to the food area where you can buy food, which flea markets have fucking delicious food.
Their pulled pork sandwich is so good.
Oh, it's so fucking good. It's so fucking good. But this man came up out of this area, and it was like a burger joint. And he was like, hey, bro, try this meat. And I was like, what? He's like, try it, dude. And he's like, it's free sample. I was like, okay, what is it? Is it beef? He's like, no, bro, it's ostrich. I was like, is it ostrich?
What? What? Wait, what? This guy was just serving ostrich meat? Just randomly at the Saturday market?
No, that's why he was being quiet about it, bro. And I was like, is it ostrich meat? He was like, stop fucking asking questions. I was like, is it though? He's like, all right, it's consider it ostrich meat. I was like, what do you mean consider it ostrich meat? What is it? He's like, just eat the meat. And it looked like I think it came from a bird. Well, I'm going to talk about when I told this story in science class, but this is what happened. And I'm like, all right, bro, I'm just going to say it's ostrich. Because I was like, I already had gator. My dad bought a gator beef stick and we ate it. It was fucking good. I want to go back and get some more. But I was like, okay, fine. I had gator. I'm going to believe it's ostrich. I was like, and as I was about to eat it, I was like, is ostrich legal? He's like, no, it's not legal. You're not allowed to eat this. Okay? We don't, he's like, America doesn't like us eating pretty birds. I was like, I was like, okay. I was like, this isn't human, right? He's like, no, it's not human. I was like, it better not be. I swear to God. And he's like, to this day, I was like, okay, it's fucking ostrich. I just had ostrich. So I remember I was in biology class, Mr. Weaver, who is like a chill teacher, We were in his biology class, and sometimes like our classes would span off to a lecture about life. And sometimes we did learn about biology. We learned about the birds and stuff. But what happened was, we were talking about what is the weirdest thing you ate, and we were like, people were talking about it, and I was like, ostrich. He looked at me. He went, "Really, ostrich?" And he's like, "Please tell me how you ate ostrich. Where'd you get it?" I was like, "I didn't get it." He's like, "Where'd you get it?" I was like, "I was at the flea market." He's like, "What? The one down in Middletown?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Okay." And everyone's listening now because everyone's focused on me. Now, again, I'm a senior. I don't like this. People now have attention on me. It's freaking me out. I was like, "Yeah. Okay. Well, what happened? Then tell me what happened." Well, I told him about this guy that came out of one of the burger joints, and he's like, "Okay." And he gave out a free sample, and he told me to be quiet about it. He's like, "What do you mean he told you to be quiet?" He said the meat wasn't legal. I said, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Well, yeah, ostrich." Well, I was like, "Well, he said just consider it ostrich." He was like, "Mr. Weaver, what do you mean?" He said, "Consider it." Like, why did you eat what you ate? You could have eaten human. I was like, "He said it wasn't human." He's like, "You're gonna believe him?" I was like, "I would have believed anything at this moment." And people went, "Did you eat human? Would it taste?" Now people are more interested of like, if I did eat human, well, did it taste good? I was like, what? Okay. I was like, okay, so the class is serial killers now. What the fuck? Or is this what we're going to talk about? That people want to know what human flesh tastes like. And I know it was a bird because it tasted very like chicken, but it didn't. Had more game to it. So it was some sort of bird. So it could have been an emu. But I'm going to say, do not eat anything unless you know exactly what it is. Because I swear to God, if I ate human meat, I'm going to freak the fuck out, bro. I swear to God, I'm going to freak the fuck out.
You'll never know.
Don't eat human meat. Don't eat meat. Don't eat mystery meat. Okay, just don't. If you don't know what it is, don't eat it.
Then don't eat Taco Bell.
What do you mean?
Taco Bell's mystery meat.
Okay, you know what? Do not fucking disrespect Taco Bell. Are you really gonna disrespect Taco Bell?
Taco Bell's mystery meat, dog.
No, what the fuck? No, it's not.
That's where we're gonna end it. You know.
No, we're not gonna end it here.
We're gonna end it on Taco Bell sucks.
You're gonna tell me.
Suck. Okay, Taco Bell doesn't suck, but Taco Bell has mystery meat. The fucking grade system, Mike. Remember. The grade system from Little Caesars that we saw.
Well,
that's where we're going to end this. Because we've been going for a little bit over an hour now.
Yeah.
So, thank you guys for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed our little session here of just talking about good times and stories. Remember,
I hope you learn lessons from these stories, though. All right, just learn lessons from these.
Learn lessons.
I hope you not to do. I mean, I don't want people to not do. Okay, I don't know how to phrase this. I don't want you to
live like Mike.
Okay.
Don't do what Mike is doing.
You can live your life, but try to live by a little bit of caution. Because if you don't,
you may eat human like Mike.
I live life caution, but I always get myself into shit where I'm in a deep shit. I'm in deep shit, like cops, or I'm running from the cops, or I might have eaten a human or ostrich. I swear, I feel bad if it was an ostrich now because they're so innocent. Oh God, dude, what if it was a cute animal?
Okay, that's where we're going to end it. We're going to let him freak out a little bit. We're going to let him freak out.
Who cares about human if it was a cute animal? Oh, dude, what if panda meat?
Okay, well, remember, if you go to the link down below to So Sick Clothing and use code CrossThoughts at checkout, you'll get 15% off your order. Remember to follow me and Mike on Twitter at our personal Twitter accounts that are down below at Californian Myth and at Microsoft96, and also follow the Twitter account to the CrossThoughts podcast. All the links are in the video, obviously. You can see them. And give us a follow. Stay up to date. We are going to try to get one of these out every week. We've been doing good so far. Yeah. I just don't have a consistent day yet because of our schedules being so out of whack. I want to thank everybody again and hope you guys have a great rest of your day.
Yeah.